March 6, 1857. So here I am standing in the Supreme Court of the United States listening to Chief Justice Roger Taney tell me that I'm not even human. After 11 years of fighting for my freedom through the courts, after living as a free man in free territories, after following every single legal process available to me, this son of a bitch is telling me I don't even have basic human rights. My name is Dred Scott, and this is the AP US History My Story podcast. I was born enslaved in Virginia around 1799 and then got sold to Dr. John Emerson in Missouri in 1833. Emerson was an army surgeon, and the military moved him to Illinois and the Wisconsin Territory, both free under the Missouri Compromise. I lived in these free territories for 9 years, got married, and had children who were born in free soil. When Emerson died in 1843, his widow hired us out for wages. Then I was like, hold up, if I'm getting hired out for wages in Missouri after living in free territory for a decade, doesn't that make me, actually free? So in 1846, me and Harriet filed lawsuits for our freedom. The legal principle at the time was pretty straightforward. It's called once free, always free. Basically, if an enslaved person lives in a free state or territory with their enslaver's consent, they become free, period. Missouri courts had upheld this principle multiple times before. Should have been a slam dunk case. My first trial in 1847, lost in a technicality. The retrial in 1850, won it. The jury declared me and my family free. We were celebrating, making plans for our future, but then Emerson's widow appealed to the Missouri Supreme Court, and in 1852, they reversed the decision. Suddenly, Missouri decided they didn't have to respect other states' laws anymore. Then, after another 5 years of legal back and forth, we appealed to the Supreme Court, and that's how we ended up here, with 9 justices about to drop the most catastrophic decision in American legal history. Okay, let's talk about why this case literally broke America from an AP history perspective. This decision accelerated the political tensions that started the Civil War. See, Justice Taney, a Southern Democrat who owned enslaved people himself, didn't just rule against me, he went full racist, calling the Missouri Compromise unconstitutional and categorized my family and me as nothing more than property, regardless of the state, North or South. The North was pissed. Like, this decision meant that slavery could exist anywhere and that the North's moral objectives to slavery meant nothing legally. It was so extreme that it pushed moderate Northerners into the anti-slavery camp. It also emboldened the South to push for even more protections for slavery. This ruling, combined with Bleeding Kansas and John Brown's raid, convinced both sides that the other was trying to completely dominate them. The paranoia and mistrust were giving pre-war vibes for real. So the wild part for me, I actually became free anyway. 2 months after Trash Taney's decision, Emerson's widow's new husband turned out to be an abolitionist congressman and freed us immediately. I unfortunately died a year later, but my wife Harriet lived until 1876 and got to see the 13th Amendment pass. Our daughters survived into the 20th century, living as free women in a free country. The Supreme Court decision, though, that lived in infamy. It took a whole civil war and the 14th Amendment to overturn it. The 14th Amendment specifically starts with all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States. A direct middle finger to Taney and his jackass ruling. Sometimes the arc of history really does bend toward justice, even if it takes way too long and costs way too many lives. Like, follow, and share the AP US History My Story podcast, because these stories hit different when you hear the original voices that shaped our country.